Hi, my name is Sarah Coyne. I'm the Director of Communications for Joplin Schools. I'm here today with Dr. Sarah Mwangi, the Assistant Superintendent for Learning Services, and Dr. Kerry Sachetta, the Superintendent of Joplin Schools. And we wanted to talk to you today about our recently released APR scores from DESE, so we can help everyone understand what those mean for Joplin Schools. Dr. Mwangi, can you tell us what is the APR and how does it impact Joplin Schools?
Sure. APR stands for Annual Performance Report, and it's the Department of Education's way of measuring district performance. We are actually just finished our second year of a 3-year cycle. So this school year will be our final year of this 3-year cycle, to where next fall they will reclassify districts for accreditation purposes.
Okay. Can you tell me, is this the only thing that we use to measure success in Joplin Schools?
Absolutely not. This is one piece of our total picture and one piece of what we use to measure our progress. So there's a lot of data points within the APR, but obviously there are a lot of other components that we use when we're determining the success of our district.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Sachetta, this year's APR score for the district as a whole, as you know, was 76.9%. That's an increase of almost 8 percentage points from what we had last year during the 22-23 academic year. How can we understand that increase?
I think the biggest way to understand the increase is the work that the teachers and the principals have done in the classrooms with the students. Last year, we really worked hard on our school improvement plans. The teachers and the principals really bought into the collaborative work that needed to be done when it comes to looking at data and information from past testing events or common testing events that they would use during the year to help measure progress along the way in a formative sense, so that they could help predict how the kids would do later on. I think that was real important, their work and the support that central office gave and was important to that. I think one thing that was also important was last year we put a renewed emphasis, especially on the lower grades, about how important the test was, the testing event, being ready for the test, and our parents got behind that as well. And so there's a lot of students that are going to reap the benefits from incentives that were put in along the way as well. So I think the main thing, though, is the daily instruction with the students in the classroom and the kids responding favorably to that instruction is what made the difference.
Okay. Dr. Mwangi, Dr. Sachetta was talking about some of those improvements that we've seen in the past year. Could you point out some specific examples across the district of the ways that those improvements are making a difference in our APR?
Absolutely. We have a ton to celebrate. Some really, really awesome data points came out in our 2023 APR. For example, so we're looking at 4 subjects, ELA, which is English Language Arts, Mathematics, Science, and Social Studies. We're not only looking at overall for all students, but we also look at different subgroups of students. And out of 8 different categories, there's something called a MAP Performance Index, which is a number tied to those assessment scores. And we grew many of them, more than a dozen points in 7 of those 8 categories. So the academic growth that we have seen with our students is just remarkable. And so we're very, very excited about that. The other data points that just really resonate with the work that we've been doing, we launched Academic All-Stars. We have over 800 more students who are going to qualify based on last year's testing event. So those are growth opportunities of significance, as well as proficient and advanced students. So that's very exciting. Our attendance did see a little bit of improvement. We still have a lot of work to do with attendance, but we did see a little improvement there. Graduation rate improved. So we saw some improvement in our graduation rate score. And then our advanced credit, so our high school students who are taking advanced credit opportunities, we saw significant gains in that category, as well as how we expand our career and technical education.
Fantastic. So what's next, Dr. Sachetta? How will we use all of this information from this year's APR scores, all of the information that's included in that report, how will we use that to inform our work next year and beyond?
So we have already distributed the APR score for every building to all the principals, and they will be working with their leadership teams and their whole building as a whole to help make sure that they have plans in place that they had started throughout the first semester, and if there's any adjustments that need to be made, to continue to make those as we march towards the end of the school year when we have our next testing event. And we will be out in the buildings with them to help assist them in any way possible, whether there's an extra professional development activity or a particular group of teachers need an extra support system somewhere along the way. And we'll continue to incentivize our students and help them understand the importance of the state testing event. And that'll be big. And we just want to thank everybody for their work, and also the parental support to understand how important the state testing event is annually for our kids and our district. It's really a labor of everybody involved. We all have to be involved in this. And accountability is important to us, to be able to step up to the plate and be able to show that we're improving by whatever measure, whether it be a state measure or a local measure of an assessment or a graduation rate or the number of kids that at the high school level, for instance, that are successful in advanced placement or dual credit courses or any other kind of test that we give. We want to get kids as ready as possible when they move on. So everybody working together will make this happen again another year for us.
That's right. Well, thank you so much for helping to explain that to our community, and thank you for everybody who's put in the effort in the district, and the parents and the students. We've just had a really fantastic year so far, so we can't wait for what's next. Thank you so much.